Greetings everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm your host Captain Ryan. Today's video I'm playing in my new favorite destroyer, the YueYang, here in World of Warships. As the battle gets underway, it's the North map, it's the winter version of it, which is my favorite version of this map, and it's Domination Match Mode. Now, I have spawned closest to the B cap point, so the B cap point is where I'm going to head. And I'm going to head here partly because there's already a destroyer headed off to the A cap point, and partly because I have a friendly destroyer next to me that can help accompany me to the B cap point. Now, if you look at the minimap, as the battle gets started here, the friendly team here is mostly starting to head towards to the A and B cap point. This is pretty normal. You see it happen all the time on both sides of the map. Not too many people headed towards the C cap point, and at this point, fortunately, nobody is trying to head off to the D cap point. Now, obviously, this is a tier 10 maximum battle, but the enemy team has a little bit of a radar advantage. They've got 2 radar ships that are actually going to pop up almost right away here at the B cap point that I'm going to have to deal with. And this is something that I see a lot of destroyer captains, especially in ranked, who don't know how to deal with a radar ship. They don't know how to deal with hydroacoustic. They just sit there and hope that it will end soon. So there's the first radar ship, it's the Chapayev, and there's the second radar ship, it's the Baltimore. Now as I push up in here and I pop into the cap point here briefly, I am detected. This is before they changed it back to the older detection mechanic symbol there. So I am detected. That's going to be one of the radar ships that's popped that radar. So you'll notice when I popped into the B cap point, I did so with my bow facing an exit. Specifically, in this case, the exit I was going for was the islands back over here, because I know they're not going to be able to shoot me through a bunch of islands. So get myself back behind these islands. I'm still being detected, so they know I'm here, they can see me, but at this point, nobody can shoot me, which is exactly what I want. Managed to connect a torpedo on somebody. I think I hit the Baltimore with that torpedo. Caused flooding there, and you'll notice here, though, that Baltimore is flooding out. Managed to hit the Chapayev with a torpedo, a couple of torpedoes there, and he's flooding as well. Now this is going to be kind of interesting because look, my damage counter keeps going up here, so neither of those 2 ships has actually put the damage out. Enemy team manages to capture the C cap point just before my team captures the A cap point here, so I know there's at least 1 enemy ship back there, and I know there's a battleship pushing up as well. A Kurfürst here that I'd like to get some torpedoes out. Now as I push up a little bit here, I end up getting spotted. That's the enemy destroyer there. It pops up, and I have to pop my smoke screen lest I want to be destroyed by that Kurfürst's secondary batteries. And a Kurfürst, as you'll know, is like having a tier 7 cruiser strapped to the side of your ship. Now, since I know he's back there, I'm going to go ahead and dump my torpedoes. Because these are deep water torpedoes, dumping them into the smoke screen there isn't going to do anything to take out that enemy destroyer, but it is potentially going to help conceal those torpedoes as they reach their target. Now, the enemy Chapayev, he's dead. We've already managed to kill one of their battleships, but you'll notice I'm still flooding something. Something's still damaged there. And my first kill of the game here is the Baltimore, who never put the flooding out. I don't know if he simply forgot his repair key or if he was a bot. For whatever reason, he got hit by 1 torpedo and flooded to death. And speaking of torpedoes and flooding, managed to connect 2 torpedoes onto that Kurfürst. Now, I'm a little disappointed I wasn't able to kill that Chapayev as well, because he was still flooding right up to the very end there, but he did get taken out by somebody else. My team at this point has lost 1 ship, and that is our radar cruiser. That's our Chapayev. And I'd like to have a big shout out to that guy, because he's actually going to pop up in chat here as he's decided he's going to watch me this game. And I know he's a recent subscriber because of this match. So finally, looking at the situation with the minimap, I'm in prime position to go ahead, push up here into the B cap point and start taking it. The enemy team has both the D and C cap points, but because they've lost 4 ships, including one of their destroyers, giving my team a destroyer advantage to our ship, to our team's 1 ship, that means, of course, we have points lead. So if we can secure the B cap point, that means at the very least we'll be points neutral as far as each team gaining points. So it'll really just come down to killing the enemy ships in order to gain more points. Now I've got an enemy Harborovsk up here, and I'm going to go ahead and start engaging with him. I do have to be careful. Harborovsk is still a destroyer, so it does still have torpedoes. My deep water torpedoes, unfortunately, are not going to connect with him. But this is kind of a good thing that I'm finding with the YueYang. Because they're deep water torpedoes, I tend not to try and waste them trying to torpedo destroyers. Instead, that allows me to focus on torpedoing the big boys, like these battleships, like the Yamato back over there, for instance. So I don't need to worry about torpedoing the destroyers. I can torpedo the battleships and then focus down the destroyers. And if the battleships aren't paying attention to the fact that I'm a Pan-Asia destroyer with deep water torpedoes and can't torpedo their destroyers, then that means the torpedoes I fire out end up connecting more often than not with enemy battleships. Now, I'm going to hold off here at the B cap point. If you look at the map situation, the enemy team has got a nice flanking situation going there, both to the north and to the south of us on either side of the B cap point. And while the north side is falling back, the south side is pushing up. And my team is really, really concentrated back at the islands behind the B cap point. Now, enemy Kagero pops up here. This is the same one who I spotted at the C cap point, and my smoke screen is available, so I'm going to slam on my brakes here. I'm going to pull it back and pop my smoke screen. And this is mostly due to the fact that look at all the secondary fire coming in here. It's absolutely ridiculous. Managed to avoid a big salvo from that Kurfürst there. Start backing up here because torpedoes obviously are going to be coming in from that Kagero. Fortunately for me, as you can see, he didn't do a very good spread there, and I'm able to avoid all of those. But I'm not going to sit around because I know that Kagero is hanging around here somewhere. And because there's a Harborovsk up to the north there, I don't want him coming around and causing me problems. Now, I did get torpedoes off at that Yamato, but you can see that Yamato, he decided he was going to speed up, so he's playing it very, very smart. And my second set of torpedoes almost up here. I'm going to try and get another set of torpedoes off here. Not sure what this Kurfürst is going to do. So I short the torpedoes, thinking he might come around that island and either try to turn hard and away once he sees the friendly ships, or he's going to slow down and try to use that island as cover against all of the team. Now, in the meantime, I'm going to stay around here at the B cap point. Partly because I still have a smoke screen up, partly because my smoke screen is back up in 30 seconds, so that means my old one's going to expire, but partly because that Kagero is going to challenge at B. And if they're able to take B, that could be a significant problem for my team. Now, I'm going to push up here. I am detected, and that is because I'm that close to the Yamato, so I'm going to push up to the island here and get the island between me and that Yamato's secondaries, and in the meantime, I'm going to open up right here onto this Kagero, finish him off, connected 3 torpedoes on that Kurfürst as well, and now I'm really, really close to this Yamato. Now that Kurfürst off in the distance there, somebody's lit a smoke screen for him. That's one of their destroyers. I think that might be the Shimakaze out there who's done that for him. And I've got my smoke screen up. I'm going to try and set this Kurfürst on fire. In the meantime, that Yamato is backing up. I'm going to try and clip his bow with a torpedo. Unfortunately, I shorted those just a little too much, and the one torpedo that would have potentially clipped his bow is in fact instead going to clip the island. As you can see there, as they're going in there, he's trying to back up. He's desperately trying to back up. It did set the Kurfürst on fire there, but unfortunately, the torpedo that would have clipped him did instead clip that shore. So not able to secure the kill on the Yamato, but with any luck, I'll be able to secure the kill on this Kurfürst because he's burning down nicely, and you can see my high explosive is doing the job. Now the high explosive here into the superstructure is penetrating nicely. Didn't get the kill on him, but did cause quite a bit of damage. And now the enemy team is down to just 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and a battleship. The battleship is a Conqueror, and he's got a lot of his health left. And the Conqueror is a pretty damn tough nugget to deal with, especially if he's spamming high explosive, and especially if you're just only able to set him on fire. Turn on my anti-aircraft there briefly to shoot down the catapult fighter that was launched by, I think, the Yamato. And now I'm going to head towards the C cap point, because the C cap point's the only cap point that I can really challenge, and if you look at the mini map with the enemy team, it's the only cap point I know I'm going to be able to take. Enemy Harborovsk pops back up here. He and I have a similar health here, coming into this with a little bit of advantage, but you can see here, look how quickly we're going to wreck each other. Now the Harbor Off's a very, very dangerous destroyer to deal with. Can I get shots out there, leaving him very, very low health, finally finish him off, but he's taken a lot of my health off as well. Now I'm popping a smoke screen because I don't know what that Shimakaze is going to do, if he's going to kill our Z-52 or not. You see there that friendly destroyer, very low health, gets shots off at that Shimakaze. He does take out our Z-52, but our Z-52 manages to burn him down with his high explosive. So with the Z-52 dead, I'm now the top destroyer on the team. There's no another tier 10 destroyer for us, but he did take the Shimakaze out, and now there are no enemy destroyers left. There's only one cruiser left, and they have their battleship. And if you can see here, they're both at the D cap point, so they're both behind island cover. There's the Conqueror and most of his health, and then the enemy cruiser is a radar cruiser. It's the DM, so that does mean that I do have to play it a bit carefully based on how much health I have left. If that guy decides he's going to come through that center channel to the C cap point and radar me, could be a bit of a problem. So as I'm going to push up here, I'm going to play it very cautiously. Still kind of contemplating, you know, to see if I want to go around the island and try and get torpedoes off, but given how many points my team has, the fact that we've only lost 3 ships, and really arguably the fact that not a single ship on my team is in position to actually shoot at those enemy ships, and the only ship that was a destroyer who was just killed, there's really no reason for me to go back around and try and engage them. Additionally, the team's way up on points, and I would much rather just cap out with the C cap point. I'll leave those 2 alive, considering they seem to want nothing more than to stay alive, otherwise they wouldn't be hiding at the D cap point. So what I'm going to do to mitigate any potential damage that that cruiser can bring down upon me is I'm going to close in here, and I'm going to use these islands as shielding. So if he tries to radar, what's going to happen is he's going to end up having to fire into an island. But as I turn away here, I do spot that DM, and he is turning away there. I spot him briefly. Not enough for my team to get shots on him. Again, really nobody's in a position to shoot him. Do cap the C cap point, and at this point, the battle is, well, it's pretty much over. My team has got 990 points to the enemy team's 480. Torpedoes in there from the DM, but that's just one. That's the only one that could clear through the island, so not too worried about that. And that battle ends right there, capping out to 1,000 points. 173,000 damage done in that battle. Only 3 kills though, but I got a liquidator out of it, which is another medal, again, that I never get. And of course that was courtesy of the Baltimore, and I'm a little disappointed I wasn't able to get a Witherer out of it as well, courtesy of the Baltimore and the Chapayev. Of course, with a result like that, top of the team for XP earned 2,500 base XP, almost 1,100 base XP, higher than the next nearest guy on my team, and that is actually the Z-52. Only one member of the enemy team managed to break 1,000 base XP, and that was incidentally the Mogami, tier 8 cruiser, really carrying that tier 10 team. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and the channel, you can do so by becoming my supporter on Patreon. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel, you can do so by sending it to my email. And if you'd like to watch me play various games live, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.